During the late 18th century, a curious practice emerged: postmortem photography, the act of commemorating the dead through carefully staged portraits. In these photographs, the deceased were often arranged to appear as if they were in their final slumber, but sometimes they were posed to look as if they were still living. Children were propped beside their siblings, spouses were posed hand in hand, personal items like a favorite toy or book were included to add a sense of familiarity, a final attempt to preserve the person as they were in life. These somber scenes became known as mourning tableaux. Contrary to popular belief, it wasn't common practice for the dead to be propped up with head clamps and posing stands. Rather, these devices were typically used for living subjects to keep them still for the extensive exposure times. The dead had no such problems. Because of the lengthy exposure time, photos of the deceased from this time period often appear clearer than the living, sharper, and more in focus. In modern times, this practice may be seen as macabre, but back then it was a way to cope with loss and grief. These may have been the only pictures ever taken of their loved ones, and the last remaining images they had to remember them by. It was a final attempt to preserve what death had stolen away.